recently got coffee with a male porn star. And let me tell you, he spilled some serious tea or coffee about industry secrets that men use to add both length and girth to their penises. I have agreed not to name names, but I am definitely going to share with you everything that he taught to me. And look, we've all seen the monster sausages that star in the average adult video. And it may come as a surprise to learn the truth is that even these guys aren't packing as much as it looks like on screen. Yeah, certainly a lot of porn stars have above average penises. It is one of the main criteria of the job. But did you know that there are a whole bunch of tricks that these performers and producers use to get the most bang for their buck? In today's video, I'm going to be pulling back the curtains on some surprising tricks that porn stars use, many of which you can do at home. And I will be sharing some of the most reliable methods for more permanent gains. If you're wondering if you too can use these to optimize your manhood, the answer is yes. The truth is, penis size is genetic, but there are a few proven methods that can add up to an inch in size, both in length and in girth. And it's worth noting that very, very few men show up on set with a monster dick that is able to get and stay hard and then go for hours while a dozen people walk around and film. I mean, if you've never seen Boogie Nights, this is a reason. So next time you're watching porn, keep these tricks in mind. And remember, even though these guys may have been born a little bit above average, they still rely on these secrets to both look and get bigger in the moments before filming. First, let's talk about the smoke and mirror stuff, the stuff that no one can use because it's just fake. And then we'll get into what you can use at home. Trick number one, movie magic. Anyone who's on Instagram, like me, can attest to the transformative powers of good lighting and the right angle. And if you're wondering how dicks always look so huge in porn, well, it might be as simple as that. Not only is the camera placed strategically, the entire set is lit just to make the performer's dick look big. There's an entire crew of people whose job behind the scenes is to make sure that this happens. It is a team effort. Unfortunately, you probably don't have a whole staff at home dedicated to making your dick look big, and what's even worse is guys have the worst view of their own genitals. It is a well-known fact that penises look bigger from the side, as in porn, than they do from above. It's a little bit like how objects in the mirror are closer than they appear, or something like that. Anyways, don't compare yourself to the angle from the side. It's not fair. Trick number two is casting. This one may surprise you, but the women in porn are often cast specifically to make their male counterparts look bigger. Now, we all know by now, I hope, that what we see in porn isn't representative of real sex, just like Jurassic Park isn't representative of a real island. The same way that men who are cast in porn are chosen for their size, women in porn are chosen for their size as well. You see, women tend to be smaller. They tend to be small framed. And most porn chooses female performers who have very small vulvas with very minimal labia, which makes it look like the men who they are appearing with even bigger than they might actually be next to a standard size vulva. All right, trick number three. This isn't really smoke and mirrors. This is something that you can do at home. It might seem too good to be true, but it does make a difference. Having trimmed or shaved pubes makes your dick look bigger. Especially when you add in all of these other tricks, grooming can be sort of like the icing on the cake that takes it from looking big to humongous. Now, for the guys at home, I say the way that you style your pubes is a personal choice. It reflects the vibe that you as an individual are going for. And same as the hair on your head. The look that suits each of us down there is as much about our personality as it is about hygiene and enhancing your size. But let's just say that a single tree in an empty field will stand out a lot more than a tree in a forest. Also, I personally think it's best when guys are showing a little bit of upkeep down there. I think it just shows that you really respect yourself and your lover. If the objective is only to make you look bigger, well, then you can trim it all off, which is what we typically see in porn. Trick number 4, and this is something you also can do at home, not as easily, is weight loss. According to Dr. Oz, so take that for what it's worth, for every 35 pounds you lose, you could gain up to an inch down there. It's not that your penis grows, it's just that the flatter the surrounding area is, the more that your penis sticks out. Some of my clients who have major weight loss are shocked at how much of their shaft was hidden out of sight. Now, obviously, porn stars make a living off of their bodies, and keeping them in a very specific shape to suit their niche is a big part of staying in the game. But fortunately for you, you do have a degree of control over this. So if you've ever been looking for a good reason to lose some weight, let that be it. And now for the final trick, pill popping. You guessed it, these guys are taking prescription drugs because it is part of what is expected so that they can perform for hours on end with the pressure of all those people around. Not to mention that stage fright can happen to anyone. And although pill popping doesn't actually increase the size of your penis, it can definitely increase blood flow and make things down there seem extra enthusiastic. But we can leave this one to the professionals. I mean, they can take whatever performance enhancing drugs they want when they're on set, but that obviously isn't gonna work for most guys on a daily basis. But rest assured, in their private sex lives, these stars do not look as big as they do on TV, because showbiz, baby. But now for the good stuff. Let's dive into what you can actually do to make your penis at home even bigger. According to my coffee date, these are the heavy hitters in the industry when it comes to actually increasing both length and girth in a significant way. Number 1 is the Bathmate. If you've been watching my content for a while now, you already know. Penis pumps have been around for ages, but Bathmate, which utilizes water, is changing the game, and the porn industry is taking full advantage of it. The Bathmate is a pretty amazing device. It comfortably and rapidly increases penis size with regular use. In fact, I looked into it, and up to 75% of men reported gains of at least an inch after just 2 months of using their Hydro Extreme model. Not only do porn stars use this as a long-term investment in their penis size, but for many it is a pre-scene ritual. My contact told me that before a scene he would jump into the shower while preparing, use the Bathmate, and he was left feeling heavier and bigger and more like a Coke can. It was pretty cool to hear about the Bathmate's industry use because it's something that I've been recommending to my clients for a while now. I even have a discount code and a link that you can use below to check out the Bathmate for yourself. Number 2, penis extenders. Along with the Bathmate, another device that actually works is a penis extender. But unlike the Bathmate, they're quite a commitment. They are effective, but you have to use them for a few hours a day, sometimes for years on end. And patience is key with these devices because they physically stretch your penis over time. And if you rush that process, you could cause permanent damage. And once your penis is stretched, there is more room for blood flow, and the result is added length. Now, lots of porn stars have used these contraptions, especially back in the day, but today they tend to be less popular because there are gentler and equally effective solutions out there. This brings me to number 3, exercises for better erections. I know, no one wants to be told to work out, but hear me out. The same way that hitting the gym consistently bulks up our muscles, working out your pelvic floor will give you better erections. It is not because you actually can strengthen the muscles in your penis. They're not that kind of tissue, but you can gain a lot more control over them and over your orgasm by working out your pelvic floor. If you're a subscriber to this channel, thank you. And you probably already know Kegels and reverse Kegels because I talk about them a lot. And if you don't, make sure that you hit that subscribe button. Now, Kegels do not technically make your penis bigger, but they do bring more blood flow into the area, and they strengthen the muscles that form the base, sort of the anchor of your penis as it enters into your body. So having a stronger pelvic floor will help your penis stand straight up instead of slouching on the job. Plus, a strong but flexible pelvic floor will help you to last longer in bed if that's something that you're into. And number 4, injections. Now, this last one is definitely not something that I condone, but it is something that some porn stars have resorted to in order to increase their penis size. Penile injections are pretty much like filler for your dick, kind of the same stuff that they use to make lips bigger. It's not exactly the same, but That's a good enough analogy for now. They do work. They do make your dick bigger, but they can be expensive. They do require a care plan that you have to be actively managing. You can't just go get these injections and call it a day. And there are risks of complications that make it not a great option for everyone. If you are going to look into this, make sure that you go to a physician who has experience and a positive track record, because trust me, there are a lot of people out there trying to take advantage of your desire for a big old rod. And if you got that big old rod, but they injected it wrong and so you're not able to use it, well, what was the good in that? From infections to pain to dizziness to the inability to get hard at all, the risk in this instance is not always worth the reward, especially when there are incredible and effective tools like the Bathmate, as well as simple, cost-free options like trimming, losing weight, and doing your exercises. It kind of makes taking a bunch of needles to your dick sound less appealing, if you ask me, but that's just my opinion. Yes, most porn stars are born gifted, but most of them use these techniques to increase the size of their talent. And no matter what size you are, these tools, especially the Bathmate, can have you growing in a safe, sustainable way. Check them out at the link in the description below and use my discount code when you order yours. Remember, there are so many things beyond size that make you an incredible lover. And I cover all of them in my weekly videos. So subscribe. I'm Caitlin V. Thank you for watching. I will see you here next week. Bye-bye.